I did a mic test, and everything was fine on my end, except my actual physical microphone was muted. All the software was fine. Anyway, let's take that from the top. Greetings, champions, and welcome to Mars Guiding Hand. I am Mars, and this is Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a free-to-play officially licensed Dungeons & Dragons formation strategy game from Codename Entertainment. On this partner stream, we take a look at the latest content, discuss strategies, and answer any questions that you may have about the game. So get cozy and join me for a couple of hours as we take a deeper look at all things Idle Champions. Today is Wednesday, July 15th, 2020, unfortunately, and in this episode, we'll be talking about Midsummer. Year 3, along with the latest champion added to the game, our first ever dual champion, Beetle and Grim. Beetle and Grim, Beetle and Grim. One is Beetle and the other is Grim. Right, and of course answering any questions that you might have. So let's just get started. Orca starting us off right with what is the tea for today? Well, Orca, the tea for today is Taylor's of Harrogate, strawberry and vanilla green tea with honey. I first tried this a couple weeks ago in a sampler box, fell in love with it, and ordered a whole box of just this flavor. It's excellent. Yes, again, it's very, very good. I talked about this on the Discord recently. Anyway, hello Garwar, of course, hello Final Breath, Michael USA, E. Lasky, Ohms, Jad, M. Snyder, Pere, Corvus Noctis, Topis, there's so many Frans. Green Paradox, hi, welcome. It's actually like a green color, Michael. So, we're here for Midsummer Year 3 and celebrating the release of Beetle and Grim. I am in my Beetle and Grim unlock mission right now. Last time we did an event, people were asking me, like, how do you have so much favor already? Brr. And I told them, well, it's because I already did the unlock mission, like, very quickly prior to my show going live. And I threw on, like, 10 times speed potions and all the speed champions just to, like, get through things really quickly so that I could have the champion, have enough favor to actually level them up and use them and show off all of their stuff. So, parting the curtain a little bit, I'm just doing that now. But I'm not going to put on the speed potions, I'm just going to reset with the favor that I have, sort of. Before I actually reset, I'm going to highlight one kind of sort of niche use case for, oh, got a gold chest, nice, for silver chests, which is to open them on your initial run, or like your second run, of a brand new event or campaign when you're close to your wall. Now, my wall is actually going to be like around the 700s. I ain't got time for that, so we're just gonna do it at some point here, and then reset, get Beetle and Grim, and go again. And then we'll put on all the speed potions and whatnot. Really try to grind out some favor. I'm running very low, though. Very, very low. Yikes. Anyway, howdy, Jerbear, welcome. Good evening, Laser Eye. Hello, Koshea, greetings. Thank you all for joining me, friends. Hope that you're excited for Midsummer. Oh, that you're excited for Beetle and Grim. The concept of a dual champion is something that we have been asking for in the community for literally years. Like, as far back as I can remember, people have been asking about this. So, we're finally there. The technology is there. We have arrived at the precipice of dual champions as a concept. Which, now that we've opened up that Pandora's box, I can't wait to see what else we get. What other dual champions can you consider, like, whether they're stream or podcast or lore champions? Like, who else can you think of would be, like, an interesting match to be represented as 2-in-1 characters? Oh yeah, Nightbot. You gotta update that code, Nightbot, buddy. To be fair, I was late in requesting my code this week, so that's probably why. They just didn't have time to set up the Nightbot. So, our chess code this week from Mars Guiding Hand is Pair Kip Fret. I don't have a joke. But for those of you who may not be able to see it, or you can't, like, read the chat or something, it is PAIRKIPPFRET. So, I'll spell that out for you guys in case you needed it. All right. I think at 180, I'm going to do that silver chest thing that I mentioned. This used to be more popular, but I think it's kind of fallen out of favor, or at least I don't see it being discussed nearly as often as it used to. But the idea is you get up to your wall, you push as hard as you can, whether it's with potions or whatever, and then you open up like a bunch of silver chests. So we'll open up like 50. I think I want to start saving up to do another huge pile of chests on my show in a few weeks, especially because I have a very fun idea that I want to incorporate with that. Okay, so we're going to turn auto progress off here. We're just going to kill this Drow Library Overseer. Now, assume with me, I'm a newer player, clearly not brand new because I've made it to stage 180, and that's not a small accomplishment when you're new. But let's assume that I'm a new player, and this is my first event. I've gotten pretty far into my first run, and I want to make as much as I can, but I don't want to just grind at this wall for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, because I'd rather just reset and go again, especially if I have like some bounty contracts to throw out, which I definitely do! Matter of fact, I will also use some of these. So let's use 10 small bounty contracts. Oh, but first I should show what favor I'm at. I am at basically 8E04 favor on this initial run, starting with 0 favor when I began this adventure. So I'm going to use 10 small bounty contracts, and that's going to drop a ton of gold and event tokens. Don't forget that that's the most important use of your bounty contracts, outside of like really niche stuff like the Fuzzy Pink Elephant adventure, which I cannot remember the name of. Does anyone remember the name of that adventure variant in Waterdeep? All I remember is that it has the fuzzy pink elephants because your champions are drunk or something. Anyway, I'm now up to 2.55 EO5, so that was a big jump. And this is only with plus 150% gold fine, and that's just due to like feats that I have on champions or patron perks, that sort of thing. Okay, let's open up 50 silver chests. Wouldn't have been really funny if I got a shiny just out of that. Just imagine. And we got a big pile of gold. And that put us up to 3.13 EO5. Sober up! That's it, thank you, Orca Leader. That's right, thank you. Where's Freely? Freely is right here. My boy Freely is hanging out right here. I ended up getting him up to 4 out of 6 epics. He was... I barely did his event whatsoever, but then I did like 6 time gates in a row for him last week, and it went very well. He went from 1 epic to 4 with just 6 time gates. It's really good luck. So that's basically it. You just use silver chests and bounty contracts at your wall and just get some extra favor that way. Yes, if you have Freely, you should use him in favor gain formations. I didn't put him in here because I'm not trying to show off, like, I'm intentionally not showing off an optimal formation for favor gain right now. Like, why do I have Naeli out here? Why do I have Sentry? Sentry's for speed. If I really wanted favor gain, I'd put Jarlaxle out here and watch my gold gain go up. Look at that. Just moving Jarlaxle out here brought me up to 4.24 EO4% gold fines. Ridiculous. Okay, let's just go ahead and complete adventure. Let's get that Beetle and Grim. I could never afford their products. But I'm excited to unlock them as a character in this game. Alright. Now we have them. So let's go ahead and reset. Aw! 3333 sunflowers. Ah, cool. 333 is one of my favorite numbers. I'm one of those weird people that has favorite numbers. Also a big fan of 17, because it's prime. Anyway, I think we're going to play through the variants, or as many as we can, so let's just read them first. So the unlock adventure for Beetle and Grim is of course just the missing lord, and then in parentheses, Beetle and Grim. Once you've unlocked Beetle and Grim, then you can attempt any of Beetle and Grim's adventure variants for their unlock adventure. These cost event tokens, just like all your event runs do, and it's an increasing amount for each. First up is Arvace's Next Trap. We have to have completed the base adventure. It costs 1,000 event tokens, which are sunflowers this time around. The goal is area 75. That's what it always is for the first adventure variant. The second is always 125, and the third is always 175. Various creatures attack your formation, each with different abilities. See the buff icon for details. Okay, so this one we're not going to get more details about until we're actually in the adventure, so that'll be fun. But there's other adventure variants like this in other events and in the permanent campaigns. Stuff like Red Wizards of Thay, who show up with different abilities, or NPCs that are basically cosplaying as your champions that have different abilities, or annoying party guests who are dressed up like various monsters that also have annoying abilities. The second variant is Show-Offs. That costs 2,500 event tokens, sunflowers again. Beetle and Grimm take up a slot in your formation. Only champions with a strength of 18 or higher, dex of 17 or higher, or intelligence of 16 or higher can be used. Interesting. It's interesting that it's or. Because at first blush, this feels like a very restricted list. But if it's or, that opens up a lot of possibilities then. So I'm not really worried about this. This is definitely one of those that you want as many champions as possible to make it easier. Any adventure variant that has champion restrictions, the more champions you have, the easier of a time you're going to have completing it because you'll have more options for beating it. Glacier has a question. Do you usually play variants first, or do you free play favor runs to get something like E30 plus favor than variants? Well, it depends. Am I doing it for my show, or am I doing it just on my own time? When I do an event on my own time, I throw full potion stack on my very, very, very first run of an event, which is usually the unlock adventure for the new champion, and I'll get to something like E30 favor, stage 700 something, and then I'll reset, and then I'll do all the variants really easily with click damage, and it's not a problem. But if I'm doing it for my show, it's more entertaining if I don't just blaze through everything, right? So I'll usually just do the unlock run and then start on variants. Okay, final variant, which I can't afford just now, but I definitely could if I use my bounty contracts. Again, save those for events, only use them during events. Is a contest, you say? Search for the absent Open Lord of Waterdeep while competing amongst yourselves. It costs 5,000 event tokens, sunflowers again. The stage to beat is area 175. And the rules are, enemies have 300% more health and attack twice as often, which is only really scary to me for boss fights. Yeah. Okay. When a champion kills an enemy, all champions with that same attack type, melee, ranged, or magic, and I'll show you how to tell them apart once we're in an adventure, deal 2% less damage, and all champions with other attack types deal 1% more damage. Okay. So it's as you play, your top DPS character is going to become weaker, and then your backup DPS characters are going to become stronger, and then they'll become weaker and stronger, etc., etc. Okay. Interesting. So I guess you want split DPS for this adventure if you don't just do click damage through it. We're going to start with the first variant, Arvace's Next Trap. Yeah, typical click damage adventure. Okay. You know, I had a problem here at first. Whoa, okay, there's a red dragon on stage 1. I wasn't expecting that. Let me put some other people out here. It has 8 segmented HP. Okay, on stage 1. Is it always going to be 8, or is it going to be more? Oh no, they're armored. Okay, oh, hello. Oh, geez. Oh, this is gonna be real interesting, huh? Alright, each area, a collection of magical monsters attempts to thwart your progress. Once they spawn, their effects are active until they are destroyed. Young red dragons are armored. No other enemy can be destroyed before them. Yikes. Fire snakes increase the base attack cooldown of all champions. Okay. And giant fire beetles, increase the size of all enemies by 20%, increase damage of all enemies by 300%, and increase the speed of all enemies by 100%. Why the size? Size is just a cosmetic thing. It doesn't actually have a mechanic in the game proper. Oh, jeez. Okay, well, yeah, this escalated. I might actually need to pay attention to my formation here this time. Why is my tank backline? Because I just haven't put in the time to move them around yet. I was reading the UI here. Yeah, I wonder how big they can get too, Ohms. It could be interesting, especially if you have, like, Avron out on the field. Wait, no, he makes them smaller, not bigger. Sure, that's good enough. It's good enough for me. Alright. I had a bug at first on my initial unlock run for Beetle and Grimm, where even though I was on upgrade, champions were leveling one level at a time, but it seems to be working fine now, so I guess it's not an issue. Let's... Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna end up going, like, just with my core team here. Just my starting 12. Oh, look, it even made the log bigger. The giant fire beetle, did you notice that? The log just whoop, bumped up in size and it just shrank again. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it does look like maybe the fire beetles do stack for increasing the size of things. This is weird. I like it. It's weird. Am I going to have to face fire murder hornets in 5 more levels? Boy, I hope not. 2020 has enough problems. Yeah, maybe we'll just use evergreens to get through this, kind of in honor of Evergreen Champions, our newest show. I'm not really getting a good look at the fire beetles. They keep spawning, like, behind everybody else. And I want to see that new monster art. yeah, the log getting bigger. Oh, there it is. Yay! Giant fire beetles are kind of like a staple monster of low-level D&D in my eyes. Like, I use them all the time. So it's cool to finally see them in Idle Champions. I think we actually saw them in a Tomb of Annihilation adventure that's late in the campaign, but I can't remember for sure. This is why you keep asking for a bestiary? Oh yeah, I would love that. That'd be great. That'd be cool. I want that too. Yeah, can we trade out the collections tab for a bestiary, please? Oh, this is such good tea. Love this tea. This is gonna take a while. I'm gonna put on Speed Potion. We're only on stage 6. Well, I feel like if we got rid of the collection tab, then it would liberate people from the mentality of, like, having to collect every item of every rarity. It's like ripping off a Band-Aid. I feel like it would be better in the long run, but it would hurt at first. Yeah, not likely sounds about right, Garwar, but stranger things have happened. We waited years to get a dual champion, and now, finally, we've arrived. At the fated moment. Speaking of, Beetle and Grimm is a slot 8 champion, I believe. Swaps with Delna and Hitch, if you have Hitch. So, I can't use him just yet, but I'll try to get him out there before the end of this adventure. Maybe after this adventure, I'll just go into a permanent campaign where I have monstrous amounts of favor, so that we can just go through all of Beetle and Grimm's abilities, read about them, learn about them. Learn about them, rather, plural, because there's 2 of them. That's going to take some adjusting. That is not a hint about the D&D characters of Stranger Things that are coming, no. I wouldn't even know that. I wouldn't even have that information, so no. Someone asked me about my tea. It is a strawberry vanilla green tea with honey. It's very good. Thank you for asking. I love talking about tea. I love talking about Idle Champions too. Idle Champions tea? Somebody get Friday afternoon teas on that. Oh boy. I'm just kind of feeling a Jarlaxle. I'm just kind of feeling a Jarlaxle DPS. Why not? Why not? Ah, yeah, Silver, you've had it? Cool. Hi there, Adalinhar. Yeah, no in-game message about my stream today. That's weird. So I really appreciate all of you who are here, who showed up regardless of getting an in-game pop-up. Thank you. It's nice to have you here. How are you doing? Orca, I don't drink anything alcoholic actually, at all. That's just not my jam. It smells terrible. Can't do it. So, tea for me all day, every day. Okay, finally. Here he is. Here's Beetle. All right. And of course, we can't actually look at Grim yet. we need to unlock Beetle, if I understand this correctly. Unlock Beetle on our bench, like put him information or whatever. Level him up to the point that he has his ultimate. Use his ultimate, and then that gives us Grim, and then we can look at Grim stuff too. Okay, so this is just a little taste test, just a little sampler for you, a little tease. And we'll get to Beetle and Grim proper as soon as we are able. It's going to play through this variant, and then reset and go into a permanent campaign. Do Beetle and Grim have separate feats or not? It's a good question. I can't even look at his feats yet. Don't worry, as soon as we move over to my Torm campaign after this, I'll be able to get them to level cap really quickly and beyond, and look at everything that they've got going on. I have a 3E42 Torm's favor, so it does not take long to reach level cap, that's for sure. Oh, Star Chaser, you can't start an event until you get Mars First Look? Thank you! That's really nice. I'm glad that you picked up on my pun there about teas. Well, since we're waiting on getting well, we can have Beetle out right now. Actually, here we go. There he is. Okay. And since Beetle is just supporting gold, I'll just keep him back here for now. Yeah. Good evening, Pjok de Belial. I am having a good day so far, thank you. It's a very, very hot day. So I'm actually going to apply my handy-dandy cold, wet cloth. So I don't pass out from heat stroke. Okay. It's a hot, hot day. I'm gonna put some more familiars on ultimates, because all of my core champions have like maxed out ultimate cooldown reduction gear. They're slot 6 gear, so I can spam these ultimates very, very quickly to kill these red dragons faster. Ooh, yikes. Some of those got really big. The AC just isn't on right now. Glacier, you ended your work today earlier, so you're able to watch the entire stream? Oh my gosh, thank you. I don't think I'm worth it, but thanks. I appreciate that devotion. Wow. If you throw beer on hot stones in a sauna, it smells like freshly baked bread. That's cool. I do love fresh baked bread. Oh! That's a good tip, M. Snyder. Thank you. Put a wet towel in front of a fan and turn it on high. Like a makeshift AC. That's really cool. Oh, gosh! Did you see that? The giant fire beetle affects bosses, too. I want to see that again. I want to see that again. Hold on. Hold on. I need this. Oh my god. It got so big. Alright, one more time. We'll move on. Oh boy, that's fantastic. Alright. I'll stop being silly. That was really funny. If we could get like a makeshift competition going in like the Discord or something for people posting the biggest Arvase, the red dragon, that they can force to generate, that'd be really fun. I want to see that boy taking up the entire screen. Hello, Raccoonius. No, I don't think there was an in-game pop-up message this time, but that's okay. I know occasionally we get people complaining that there's like too many of them, but now we're actually getting people complaining that we're not having any, so maybe we can split the difference there somewhere. I don't know. I'm not in charge of those decisions. I'm just happy that I get pop-ups at all, and that I have this show at all. Final breath, easier to catch from Europe, cuts 1 sleeping hour away too often. Oh, I'm sorry. It starts at like 10 p.m. for you with the time zone differences. Yeah, I get what you mean. I'm in a different time zone than CNE myself, so I have to like do some like mental math to adjust all my schedule around theirs. What if they put those beetles and the effect from the Nightmare level 5 boss in the latest Helm adventure? Well, actually, that might be better, because then it might be too big for you to even see it on the screen, and thus not Nightmare Fuel anymore, because you can't even look at it. Maybe that would be better. Alright, we're almost through this. And then we'll jump over to Torm, where I have a ton of favor, so we can level up Beetle and Grim quickly. And then we can look at all their stuff. Jerbear, you just beat stage 400. Nice, congrats. I remember the first time I ever beat stage 400. I made a Reddit post about it. I was so excited. That was during Volania's... it was a Volania time gate. I think it was somewhere in year 2, and it was a Volania time gate that I did it in. And I made this whole post explaining like how I did it. Now that feels like forever ago. Now 400 is nothing. I mean, you'll experience the same evolution as you keep playing the game. Just celebrate your accomplishments as they happen. Don't let go of that feeling. Good job, proud of you. Oh, in this event on first run, nice. Yeah, that's even better, even more impressive. Good job. Okay, there we go. So, before we reset this, let's just go over what this adventure variant has in store for you again, for anyone who may be like tuning in late or something. Oh yeah, we're at the bottom of the hour right now. Okay, so this is the Arvase Next Trap adventure variant. This is the first adventure variant for Beetle and Grim in Midsummer Year 3. Every area, a collection of magical monsters attempt to thwart your progress. Once they spawn, their effects are active until they're destroyed. And you can see them spawning as we're playing through these stages here. There's these fire snakes, these young red dragons, these giant fire beetles, and each of them has a different effect. The young red dragons have armored health, which is always annoying, or a challenge, depending on your mentality. Just gives me durable deep flashbacks. No other enemy can be destroyed before them, so it's like they make all other enemies invincible until they are all dead, which slows you down a bit, which is why I have speed potions on. Fire snakes increase the base attack cooldown of all champions, which isn't as much of a big deal. That's going to matter if you're already using like slow attacking champions anyway, but it could also be good for you. Like if you enjoy using Bearwing formations or something, you might be able to turn this to your advantage, perhaps? Anyway, giant fire beetles the third enemy type. Increase the size of all enemies, hilariously, by 20%. It's very good for the bosses. I'm really enjoying that. And increase the damage of all enemies by 300%, and the speed of enemies by 100%. Actually, I don't want to look at your specializations just yet, buddy. Save that for our next run. Let's go ahead and reset. Hey, there's a pop-up. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, CNE. Better late than never. Appreciate it. Alright, skip. Skip. Oh, that's right. I was going to go to a Torm adventure now. Where do I want to go? Mad Wizard? No. Let's do, Beast Intentions. Been a while. Been a long time since I've run this one, actually. Ah, and Nightbot has the code updated as well. Thank you, CNE. Thank you, Nightbot. Alright, familiars. There we go, and just like that, my click damage is already 174. Fantastic. Alright. Actually, let's just upgrade him until we get to specializations. Alright, so, let's take a look now at the new champion for Idle Champions. Coming to us, Midsummer Year 3, this is Beetle and Grim, our first dual champion. This will be cool. So Beetle is a neutral-aligned dwarf rogue wizard multiclass who is both support and gold roles. Oh, hi, Turbovsky. You just started playing this awesome game. Is there an easy explanation for how affiliations work? Affiliations are basically teams that the champion belongs to. Some of them have mechanics that benefit their fellow members if you use them simultaneously. And some affiliations do not have that yet, but may in the future. That's basically it. Anyway, the bio for Beetle and Grim reads, Beetle and Grim have been best friends and adventuring partners their entire lives. Together, they have faced the most dangerous foes their realm had to offer, and built a respite alongside the Frozen North's harsh realities, the Giant's Bane Tavern, which is a very good name. I like that a lot. My favorite tavern name that I've come up with, that I use occasionally, is called the Craven Raven. As in, like, a cowardly bird. The Craven Raven. It's very fun. Okay. Upgrades. So, oh, this is good. This is good. I was wondering, like, if you had to wait a long time to get the swapping mechanic, but it's literally the first thing you get. So at level 10, the first upgrade for Beetle, or Grim, Beetle and Grim, is Tag Team at level 10, which just unlocks their Tag Team ultimate attack. Let's take a look at that. Tag Team, and this is for as we have Beetle out currently. Grim leaps into the fray, smashing a random enemy and all nearby enemies before leaping back into the formation while Beetle teleports into the shadows to recover. Let's take a look. Boom. Cool. And now we have Grim. Awesome. And that's a long cooldown. Yikes. I'm not done talking about Beetle yet. I'm going to have to use a respec potion, show off that trick again in order to switch him back. Anyway, now that we have Grim out, you'll notice that the ultimate has changed. It is still Tag Team, but now it reads, Beetle teleports into the center of the battle and explodes with arcane magic, damaging and stunning all enemies. He then slips quietly back into the formation as Grim leaps away for a brief rest. Okay. Since we already have Grim out here, let's just go ahead and take a look at Grim as well. Looks like the bio is still the same thing, but as opposed to Beetle being a neutral dwarf wizard rogue multiclass, was that it? I've already forgotten. Grim is a chaotic good human barbarian. It's very straightforward. DPS support, dual role. Okay. Let's go ahead and use a potion of specialization. Oh, that's right. Fine. Just give him something, doesn't matter. I'm going to look at your specializations in a second, buddy. Yeah. Alright. I have respect Beetle and Grim using a potion of specialization, not because I actually care about their specialization, but because it forces the ultimate to be off of cooldown so that I can use it again, because I want to switch back to Beetle. Don't worry, Grim, you'll have a turn. Just wanted to see that animation. Okay, I think I prefer Grim's animation. Just looks cooler. The like ground pound out of the sky attack just looks really cool. It reminds me of something from Halo 3, I want to say. I haven't played Halo in a long time, but I remember some kind of thing, or maybe it was Destiny 1, which I barely played at all. Anyway, like this punching the ground, making a little crater, like a impact strike around you. It's cool. I like it. All right, so let's look at the rest of Beetle and Grim's abilities as they upgrade. We've got self-damage, okay, and it doesn't matter if you're not DPS, really. Which I suppose it will matter, switching to Grim, because Grim's DPS. Beetle is not. Okay. So this is interesting. I'm looking here at, like, okay, here's a self-damage ability, and out of habit, out of 3 years of habit, I glance up and see support gold, no DPS tag, and thus I don't care. But I do care, because this is also a DPS character. He just has to switch. Anyway, at level 30, we get buff. Increase the damage of champions within 2 slots of Beetle by X%. Increase the damage of Grim by 100% for each barbarian in the formation, stacking multiplicatively. Buffs apply to the post-stack value. Interesting. Interesting. What barbarians do we have? Specifically, support barbarians. I do not care about Jamila. I want support barbarians. Puent? Is it just Puent? Ayla, yes. One of the best supports in the game, in my opinion, currently. That debuff is nothing to ignore. You do not want to sleep on Ayla. Ayla's very, very good. Okay. So I feel like maybe not so much with Puent, but Ayla might be a go-to support for any Beetle and Grim formations. Like if you're doing Grim DPS, that could be cool. Oh yeah, Wolfgar! Because in my head, I still think of Wolfgar as like a DPS tank. His original iteration. He was reworked, if you don't know, to be tank support. Yeah. Okay, cool. Moving on. Self-damage, special order at level 60. Whenever Beetle damages an enemy that is not at full health, that enemy will drop 25% more gold when its kill does not stack. Okay, so this is where the gold roll comes in. 25% is not a lot, but is it a permanent effect? Like, could Beetle and Grim serve a purpose in Azaka farm formations? Yeah, 25% is better than a gimmick, for sure. Wait, is it? No. Gimmick is 100% increase. Yeah, 10 times. Yeah, Garwar. You're getting in my head. I trust what you say, and you got me to lie on stream. I'm watching you. Anyway. So I wonder if we can make use of special order. Oh yeah, 1000%. Oh gosh. I wonder if we can make use of special order with Azaka farming. Like, could you get Beetle out, have Beetle hit something so it's marked for more gold gain, and then swap him out? Like, does the gold gain mark go away when you take Beetle out? Or does it stay there? Like, for example, Donar. Donar can mark enemies to drop more gold, and then that mark will stay there even if you swap Donar out. Like Regis, for example. We can test that. Oh, hi, Torvild. A quick hello from not France. Hello. Hello, France. Hello, Torvild. Thank you. Bonjour. I took 3 years of French and I'm terrible at it. Enemies damaged by Grim take 25% more damage until they are killed, except from ultimates, can stack additively up to 10 times on a single enemy. Okay. So this is a debuff effect for stacking up damage. Okay. So this is another thing that I'm going to wonder if it stays on if you swap him out. Because it looks like this isn't timed. This just stacks up 25% each time, up to 10 times. Like, can you put Grim out during a boss fight, have Grim attack the boss 10 times so that they have full stacks of special order, and then swap Grim out because maybe he's not actually ideal for your DPS or something? Just to have that bonus damage. And as an example for this, Warden. Warden's Eldritch Smite puts permanent stacks on enemies to take bonus damage. Perma buff, perma debuff, persistent. I guess I'd say persistent debuff and persistent buff. That'd probably be the terminology that I use. To answer your question, Michael. And hello, Spike It, who's coming to us from Poland. Cool. Ooh, Special Order has item support, Garwar says. So the 25% can go up. Nice. Yeah, we don't get to see, like, all of the items previewed in here. But we basically get everything except, like, the ultimates. Giant's Bane Tavern sign. Oh, that's cool. They carry around the sign from their tavern. I just picture that like a war banner on their backs or something. That's fun. I like that. Carving of the slain giant. A lot of wood stuff here. Okay. Yeah. Get buff abilities. Yeah, and that's the special order ability. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Topis is from Sweden. Idle Champions is worldwide, people. Cool. Wand of Magical Thief, Sword of Redemption. Okay, so Grim Sword, Beetle Sword. Alright. Or, sword. This is a sword! Weapon. Fine, whatever. Okay. Moving on from Special Order. Long Rest. This is the one that's tied to their achievement, so we're gonna look at this one a bit. Long Rest. Increase the effect of Beetle's Get Buff and Grim's Special Order by 10% per stack. The Resting Champion's buff increases by 1 stack every 10 seconds, while the active champion stacks reduce by 1 every 10 seconds. So it's the same rate. When the active champion is swapped for the other, their stacks are reset. Okay. So this should already be building. Yes, I have 47 stacks right now. Okay. And if I take a look at their achievement... Alright. So if I use this now, it should be 47 or 48 or something, I would assume. Unless this just gets added. See, what I'm wondering is if all of the uses like are added together between each use of Tag Team and Long Rest, or if you have to wait 1,000 stacks times 10 seconds, so 10,000 seconds, and then swap them in. And do speed potions affect this? Can we save time by doing that? Okay, let's go ahead and swap in. Boom! There's that cool ground pound punch attack. That is now 52. Okay, so we had 47 that I was looking at, but then of course time was passing because I was reading things. Okay, we had 12 on here before, so that should be at least 59 if it was added together. So it looks like this is going to be separate. Like, yeah, you just have to do it all at once. 1,000 stacks all at once. You need speed potions for this one, guys. You're gonna want speed potions. I don't know about offline progress. That's unfortunately something I can't exactly test on my show for hopefully obvious reasons. I can't just close out the game and just have nothing playing here for several minutes. That's not good TV. Yeah, you can leave the game running overnight. Just put on an epic speed potion if you have one, and leave the game running overnight. Or yeah, just let it run for a few hours while you're doing something else. I don't know, go watch a movie on Netflix or something, I don't know. Whew. Alright, well, 1,000 stacks, that can take a while. Is there any differences now that we have them switched? Don't think so. I think all of this that we've read so far is still the same. Okay. Max speed potion would be 10 times, so that's going to be... I mean, that'll save a lot of time. I think people are doing the math in here. Count Casper, just under 3 hours. Is that without the speed potions? And then 17 minutes with speed potions. Cool. Alright, that feels good to me. If it was more than that, I feel like that would be a little too ridiculous. I'm having flashbacks to Briv and trying to get his achievement. That took a long time. I don't think it was the longest, though. Yeah, go watch Hamilton! Perfect, Sean, perfect. I still haven't done that yet. It's eating at me. I want to. Yeah, I've heard very good things about Old Guard. It's on my list. I'm gonna watch it. I keep seeing it being praised everywhere. Okay, so we've got to do specializations. Because I stopped leveling them so I could go through everything prior to that. Alright, so specializations, we've got as quick as me and as clever as me for Beetle. So I'm guessing there's going to be 2 spec choice levels, and the first one is just for Beetle, and then the second one will be for Grim. I'm guessing. We'll see if that actually turns out. So first is as quick as me. Beetle respects champions who are just as dexterous as he is, increasing their damage. Increase the effect of Beetle's Get Buff by 100% for each champion with a dex score of 17 or higher, stacking multiplicatively, and then applying to Get Buff multiplicatively. That sounds like a lot. 2 multiplicative calculations? I'm not a math guy for Idle Champions. Other people in our community are much better at doing all the math work than me. But that sounds like a lot. Okay, and let's read the other one. As clever as me, Beetle respects champions who are just as intelligent as he is, increasing their damage. Increase the effect of Beetle's Get Buff by 100% for each champion with an intelligence score of 16 or higher, stacking multiplicatively and then applying to Get Buff multiplicatively. Okay, so it's functionally the same thing. The only difference is left if you're doing a formation that has mostly high dex characters, right if you're doing a formation that has mostly high intelligence characters. Okay. I'm just going to go with intelligence. I think I'm fairly clever. Anyway. Let's get some more levels. Alright, here's our next specialization. It is for Grim, like I thought. So the first specialization, which just gave us Beetle specializations, now we have Grim's choices. We have Chip Away and Strongman Contest. Chip Away. Grim is persistent, increasing his damage bonus against enemies each time he hits them, which increases the effect of his special order by 100%. I like special order. So I might go with this one. Or Strongman Contest. Grim must always be the strongest, and works extra hard when there are other strong champions in the formation. Oh, interesting, like a friendly rivalry situation, that's cool. Grim's Get Buff now also adds a stack for any champion with a strength score of 18 or higher. It cannot add a stack twice for the same champion. Okay. As in... Is that in reference to Beetle specializations? Like if we're getting increased Get Buff stacks due to Beetle spec choice, and they just so happen to also qualify for Grimm's Strongman Contest spec choice? Is that what they're referring to here? I wonder. Howdy, Stefan. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the show. We're going over Beetle and Grim. Newest champion out of Idle Champions. I think somebody said they were leaving. Torvild, have a good rest. Sleep well. Thanks for joining us. Okay, well, for now I'll go Strongman Contest. Okay, and let's just... a lot more levels on this guy. Now we take a look at their feats, but I'm gonna wait until we've gone through the rest of their upgrades, just to be sure. Get buff, I don't see anything else new. Okay, but there is something very important over on formation buffs that we need to make sure to mention. Inseparable. You'll notice this wasn't on their list of upgrades. It's just always in effect, I suppose, even before they're unlocked. Inseparable. Beetle and Grim are so inseparable that if either one qualifies for an adventure restriction based on their tags, ages, ability scores, etc., then both can be used. And tags are things like, and they should really explain this, race, class, roles, alignment, things like that. Those are tags. That's what they're referred to in our community. Okay, so I feel like this, on its own, even if Beetle and Grim were like really bad or something, I would still consider this to be possibly their most important ability. Just think about it in terms of you're a new player. You need to expand your champion pool so that you can cover more adventure variants and whatever, patrons, just situations where your champion choice is restricted, right? Well, if Beetle and Grim have essentially double the number of qualifications as any other champion, then you're getting more bang for your buck. The value for Beetle and Grim is just like literally twice as much as it is for any champion if you only look at qualifying for different things that champions are restricted for. You have a lot of different, like there's no overlap here. They're a different race, they're different classes, they're different alignment. The only thing they share is support role. Their second role, DPS or gold, is not shared. So it's just doubled everything for qualifications. Beetle and Grim might end up going on my short list of like priority champions for time gates, just for this reason, just for Inseparable. Like if you're a newer player, they're not even in like a really late slot. They're in slot 8, which is fine. If they're in slot 12 or something, then, maybe, but yeah. Okay, let's take a look at those feats now. So we have our standard DPS, support, and gold feats. Tavern Brawler, Selflessness, Lucky. All DPSs have Tavern Brawler, all supports have Selflessness, all gold Fine Champions have Lucky. So let's look at the other ones. Okay, so we have 3 gem feats and 3 chest feats. First, Grappler, just the better DPS feat for Grim. I like that it's a feat for Grim, but it has the quote from Beetle. That's fun. Okay. And then we have Inspiring Leader, the better support feat. Just generic. Okay. Fortune's Favor, the generic gold feat upgrade. Alright. I just got this one for Jarlaxle, actually, paying the gems for it. I'm finally starting to purchase gem feats. Now we have Show of Strength. So this is where we get the interesting ones. So as far as the ones that I really care about, 2 are from chest and 1's from gems. Nice. That's good. So Show of Strength. 40% increase to Beetle and Grim's Get Buff abilities. Order Up. 40% increase to Beetle and Grim's Special Order. Okay. And Cooldown. Increases the effect of Beetle and Grim's Long Rest ability. Oh, okay, like they're cooling down, like I'm doing literally right now with this cold, wet towel on my neck. Okay. Alright, for now, I'll just do this. It's fine. Okay. Can you get to Grim if Beetle doesn't meet the requirements for an adventure? You can't train the ultimate. So, if I'm understanding this correctly, please someone correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm learning all of this at the same time that you guys are. It's part of the fun of the show. We're learning together. Hand in hand. Mars guiding hand, get it? Anyway. If I'm understanding correctly, they have the Inseparable ability even before you unlock them, because it's not an upgrade. It's just already listed in their formation buffs, which makes me think that you'd be able to unlock either of them because they both use the same tags and qualifiers to determine whether they can be used in something or not. So even before you get the upgrade to swap them out using their ultimate, which again is their first upgrade, so you get that really early. That was told on the dev blog? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought is on. That's what I thought. Okay. I don't think I actually have a way that I can test that right now. Although maybe, could I possibly do a patron free play or something? Vajra, Mert, but not Strahd. Okay. So, if I reset right now, and I go to a Strahd free play, then Grim should not qualify on his own, but Beetle should. So if Grim is on my bench right now, okay, and I'm gonna go pick Strahd, and I'll just go back to the same thing, Beast Intentions, it's fine. I've already maxed out my free play currency for Strahd this week, so I don't need to go very far in here at all. I'll just reset after we test this. See, he has Inseparable, and he doesn't qualify for Strahd, as I expected, but what I was hoping for was that Beetle would qualify for Strahd, and thus, because they're inseparable, you'd still be able to use Beetle and Grim. So you'd be able to unlock Grim. Okay, so if I reset this now, because I clearly can't unlock Grim, I showed that, I even tried clicking on it. Now I'm just going to go back to, like, no patron, whatever. Sure, Beast Intentions again, it's fine. Yeah, this is why I'm confused too. I thought that was how it was supposed to work. Hopefully this is just a bug. This is just me pointing out that a bug exists, and I'm sure will be taken care of as soon as possible. Alright, let's use the ultimate. Now we have Beetle out. Beetle definitely qualifies for Strahd. Okay. And now if we get out of this, I'll turn Strahd back on. I see Sean's comment, but I'm just carrying through this exercise for the purpose of like the recording afterward or whatever. Okay, now I'm going to scroll down to Strahd. Turn Strahd on, go back to Beast Intentions. So now Beetle should qualify. Boop, 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 boop. I can't even get Beetle out. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting at the very least Beetle qualifying for Strahd, you'd be able to use him and then switch out to Grim. But it looks like that's not even the case. It looks like, yeah, it looks like maybe it's the worst of both worlds. It looks like Inseparable is doing and instead of or. That's my guess. So, yeah, that's a bug. Fix please. And in the meantime, let's play another variant. Let's go ahead and do that second variant. But we got through it. We got through talking about all the stuff with Beetle and Grim. Yeah, they're inseparable in the sense of, like, if one is not allowed in the pool and the other one is not going to go swimming either. They will both stay on dry land and be miserable together. That's the wrong kind of inseparable. Please fix. Alright, let's do show-offs. So this is 2,500 event tokens, sunflowers. I love the sunflower art. It's just cute. It's pretty. I like sunflowers. I like flowers in general. Hi, Ethan Nightingale. Welcome. So Beetle and Grim take up a slot in your formation. Only champions with a strength of 18 or higher, dex of 17 or higher, or an intelligence of 16 or higher can be used, and our goal is stage 125. How am I? I'm doing alright. Overheating, but that's why I have this to cool off with. I've got my delicious tea. I've got bugs happening in the game to keep things interesting. Yeah, that's right, we're halfway through. Get on in here! Join me, people, join me. Having a good time. Having a good time. I've got so much energy today. It's feeling good. Do I have that? I do! Hey, check this out. Have to have a strength of 18 or higher, dex of 17 or higher, or intelligence of 16 or higher in order to use a champion in this variant, right? I can't use Brunor right now. See that? He's locked. Well, for all you folks out there who have been hating on Brunor's +1 strength feat, saying that it's been useless, you were correct. It was useless. Until now. Now it actually matters. Boom! Now I can use Brunor. I'd rather use Deacon for the speed, but we'll get Brunor out. That's fine. I like Korth because he's a lizard named Danger. It's a samurai lizard man named Danger. I love him. This is the best CNA original in the game. I love this guy. I'm not feeling either of them. We'll get Jarlaxle. Sure, Puent. Why not? I haven't used Evelyn in a while, and I love this construct skin for her. She's so cool. I love that it changes her weapon. Like, she has a sword now. It's fun. And Freely, because he's still pretty new. Okay, and I'm going to put Familiars out. I'm really looking forward to seeing what people come up with for Beetle and Grim formations. I'm going to be stalking the formations channel for a while, because this is a complicated character. This is a character that switches. I feel like there's going to be a lot of discussion around how to optimize for Beetle and Grim. It'll be interesting. Ethan Nightingale, how does this game work? You've never played. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, welcome to Idle Champions, by the way, is a free-to-play, officially licensed Dungeons & Dragons formation strategy game from Codename Entertainment. I like to describe it as essentially a puzzle game that doesn't look like a puzzle game. This looks pretty simple, right? You know, we've got, like, bright colors and, like, little cartoon characters, and, like, we're not doing anything. I'm hands-free right now. The game's playing itself. But it's deceptive. This looks simple. It's not. It's really not. There's a depth to this game if you are interested in that. You can play this game with like a very shallow, casual approach, or as Count Stex just says, it's as deep as you want it to be. Yeah. Which gets people really fired up sometimes. Like, there's a lot of people in our community who want to, like, optimize as much as they can. Like, oh, I want to go, like, as far as possible. I want to reach stage 1,000. Like, I'm on stage 9 right now. The highest I've ever reached, ever, in 3 years, is 805. Just to put things in perspective. And to do that, to get as far as possible, you have to optimize. You have to figure out, like, who is my best character for attacking, my primary DPS character. For a lot of people, that's Zorbu, a slot 12 gnome who hates people. Yeah. But then you also have to think about, like, how do I point as many buffs at that one character as possible, and which buffs are stronger than other buffs so I know who to prioritize in my formation. What blessings can I focus on unlocking to improve my situation? What patron perks can I get to also improve my situation? What achievements can I try to focus on unlocking? because every achievement you unlock gives you a permanent increase to your entire party's damage. And there's just all these different variables that add together to define the boundaries of this puzzle game that is trying to make you think that it's not a puzzle game. Like, how do I move? Like, what pieces do I need to move into place to overcome the challenge that I'm currently on? My puzzle restrictions here are that I can only use characters with a strength of 18 or higher, a dexterity of 17 or higher, or an intelligence of 16 or higher. So Brunor has an 18 or higher strength, I can use him. Ayla has 18 or higher strength and a 17 or higher dexterity, so I can use her. Things like that. So you have to collect as many characters as you can, and then figure out which ones do I need and which ones can I use to overcome whatever challenge has been put in front of me. It's a lot of fun. If you like puzzle games and you like D&D references, that's Dungeons & Dragons, then I think you would enjoy this game. And if you try it out, it is completely free to play. And it's not one of those that you have to spend money to beat either. Trust me. I think I've proven that. Garwar as well. Freely is cool. Freely is our most recent champion up until today. Freely is at this point 3 weeks old. You don't have to have Steam. Do you have any video game console whatsoever? Or a smartphone? Or a web browser? Then you have access to Idle Champions, because it is everywhere. It's on, like, literally everything. You can get Idle Champions on mobile, on PC. Obviously, I'm playing on PC right now. You can get Idle Champions on PlayStation, on Xbox, on Switch. It's everywhere. You can also play it in your browser at a few different websites, like Congregate, and on the Codename Entertainment Games website itself. Can we get a link to the WebGL version on the Codename site, actually? Because I forget what the actual URL is for that. Could somebody post that link, please? So if at the very least you have access to the internet, then yes, you can play Idle Champions. Alright, see ya. Good talking to you. Oh, I'm out of tea. Fortunately, I have tea. The tea of the day is a Korean golden ginseng with honey. Delicious. Some good natural energy. Yeah, the Dragon Boss, no joke. I also think this team is the best to play on, in my opinion. How am I one-clicking? Oh, there it is! There it is! There's our... it's like our own meme for this show. Somebody always asks, how do you place familiars so quickly? Larig, how am I one-clicking familiars in place rather than dragging? Well, I'll show you. If I press and hold the F key on my keyboard, it brings up the familiar placement overlay. All these white boxes show you where you can click to automatically place each familiar in your lineup in order. Just like that. All you have to do is press and hold the F key on your keyboard. That's F for friendship. And then just click wherever you want them to go. You're welcome. Hope it helps. There's actually a lot of hotkeys in this game, and you wouldn't know that without experimenting or hearing about it from someone, or watch my cursor very carefully. Moving your cursor all the way to the extreme bottom right corner and hovering over this tiny little H icon, and that'll tell you all the hotkeys. This really needs more visibility. I would love if the hotkey overlay button looking thing, this little H icon, I would love if this had more visibility. This really needs more visibility. Yeah. Press F to pay respects to familiars. I mean, I love familiars. I have them all. And I want more. 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 More familiars. Xander's any good? No. I'll put it this way. Are you playing through an adventure variant where your options for slot 5 are Calliope, of course, or nothing? Like maybe Calliope is banned, but Xander is not banned? Well, okay, then use Xander. In that case, Xander's great. Yeah. If you have literally no other option, Xander's great. What would be your champion priority this event? See, that's tough. That's a great question, Nodfrost. That's tough. Because Shandy is a very popular champion. This is her event, right? This is Shandy? Yeah, Xander and Shandy. Yeah, okay. So Xander's year 1 returning, Shandy is year 2 returning. See, Shandy is a speed champion, is like an unofficial term that we refer to characters that make the gameplay go faster through some means or another. There's different ways that they do that. Welcome back, Gar. We're talking about like priority for this event, if you have opinions on that. Like I'm conflicted between Beetle and Grim and Shandy for hopefully obvious reasons. Beetle and Grim, you know, being the new guy and all, and it's also like a 2-for-1 champion as soon as we get that bug for Inseparable fixed. Come on, Sean. Then I'm sure they're going to be like very valuable as champions. But Shandy make game go fast. Vroom vroom. Oh, is it fixed now, Sean? I'll be patient. I apologize. I'm just, as a player, I am stoked that we have a dual champion now. Something that we've been asking for literally years. We actually have a dual champion. That's so exciting. So I just really want it to work. I just really want it to work. Ugh. But hopefully this like issue is only gonna happen like once. You know, like once they have it figured out for Beetle and Grim, then hopefully it won't be a problem in the future for other dual champions if we ever get those. And I assume that we will, right? Like if they went through all the work to create like whatever subsystem for the game that allows for champion switching, they're gonna do it again, right? Right? They wouldn't let that go to waste. Yeah. I would fully assume that there's going to be more dual champions in the future, and I'm very excited about it. Probably not a ton of them, because then it wouldn't be special anymore, right? But I mean, we have like 64, I think, singular champions prior to this, so dual champions got some catching up to do. Can you imagine if we had like one dual champion in every slot? And then you just fielded them all? Oh my gosh. There'd be so much switching. That could be really funny. Especially with speed potions on. Oh boy. Yeah, chaos! Whew. Yeah, Jad, Beetle and Grim do have 3 gem feats, but like look at them. 2 of them are not priority. I only care about 1 of their gem feats, and that's Order Up. I don't care about Grappler. I don't care about Fortune's Favor. I mean, I might care about Fortune's Favor. For, like, his Aqua farming. But, I don't know. Jury's out on whether Beetle and Grim is going to be, like, a good DPS. I don't know. I'm looking forward to Silese's evaluation, as always. And, of course, everyone else's thoughts. Does anyone have any initial feelings over Beetle and Grimm about whether they're going to fit into your formations, if you're excited about using them? I feel like at the very least, they're going to make for a decent support. That's my guess. Minimum, my guess is that they're a decent support. I don't know if they're going to dethrone Zorbu as King DPS. That'd be fun though, right? Like they're sharing the crown. Tips on this event formation, Jellical. I'll be honest, I haven't had a good look at this event formation yet. So it's a 2-tank formation, or 1 tank plus Turiel, which is what I always do because I vastly prefer single tank formations. You don't get a lot of depth, no more than usual, as far as like Turiel buff goes. And that just means like the more columns you have, the better Turiel's buff is going to be because the further away the champion is. You've got a 4-stack column here, which is great for Regis. You also have 3 different 5-person adjacency spots, say for Averin. Or Paulton, if any of these 3 count as an edge. I don't know if it does or not. That'd be great for Paulton. 5 adjacent plus edge. That'd be awesome. But Regis definitely, and Averin definitely. I mean, Averin's already, god tier, right? So he'll fit in very nicely here. Averin will be a very happy boy in this formation. I don't know, I love seeing that gelatinous cube. It just reminds me of seeing his own gelatinous cube, Rip Cube. Always in our hearts. I don't know if I would prioritize anyone else in this formation. Maelstrom says it looks like every spot is an edge. Can anyone confirm that for us? And this event has a really good mix of enemy types. So I maybe wouldn't prioritize using Minsk here for favorite enemy, because like we've got Faye here, but then there's also Drow, right? There's a mix of things, and of course the dragon boss. Dragons aren't even on Minsk's favorite enemy list. When are we gonna get someone who's specifically good against dragons? We have Anti-Fiend, and we have Minsk with 5 different favorite enemy choices. We have Zorbu, who hates beasts, humanoids, Drow specifically, undead. We have a lot of enemy types covered in champion abilities. When are we going to get Dragon covered? Come on. Dungeons and Dragons. It's like the iconic enemy type. Come on. Please. Give us some kind of anti-dragon formation ability on somebody. I'm honestly surprised that we don't have a champion out yet that's like specifically some kind of dragon hunter kind of idea. Yeah, dragons are mainly in events, I would agree. But it's so cool. Oh yeah, Sasaspia has plants. Anti-plants ability. Yeah, and Jaheira, beasts, fiends, humans, thank you. Yeah. We have a lot of creature types covered. But no dragons! Dragons aren't covered. Neither are giants? Right? Minsk has monstrosities. And does Minsk have aberrations? Or is it just monstrosities? And humanoids. I don't remember if Minsk has aberrations or not. I almost never take it. I take undead or humanoid every time, or beast. Okay, can we see about actually setting up a good formation here for them? Get buff cares about barbarians. Okay, we're gonna have Ayla, we're gonna have Puent. Long rest. Is that it? Is that all we need to care about? I guess so. Okay. So that's pretty easy to build around then. I also like how Beetle and Grimm don't really care that much about where they're positioned. Champions within 2 spots of Beetle get buff whenever you have Beetle out. Yeah. Which is, I mean, that's a wide range. If it was only adjacent, that'd be harder to build around, but because it's 2 steps away, that's fine. That's easy. Not a problem. Let's take down this dragon. Well, Croazurin, dragons might exactly be something you go around killing every day if you are a dragon slayer. If you've specifically devoted your life to slaying dragons. Pyokta Belial, quick info, there's precisely 5 adventures outside of events that have dragons appearing. 3 in Torm, 1 in Kelvor, 1 in Helm. Thank you. Cool. Lunaris, I believe Arves is an armored boss, not simply segmented health, but allow me to confirm for you. Yes, that is armored health. So it's not just 50 hits. It's 50 hits where each of them clears a certain damage threshold. There's like 3, technically 4 different types of health bars in the game, with armored health being the most challenging of them. Pere, you just noticed the icon changing next to the Idle Champions logo on the stream. It only took you 3.5 months to notice. Yeah, this is a holdover from when I had my old show before I became an official show. I used to do a show called Mars on Monday on my own channel, Storyteller Mars. And this was like the one piece of my overlay that I got to keep moving into this show, is my slideshow of graphics from the game. Seeing that you really liked that, so that was nice that I got to keep that. And I keep that updated as new stuff comes out. I'm out of tea. It's the worst part of every show. Thankfully, I have tea. Today's tea is from Good Earth, called Sweet and Spicy. This is an orange cinnamon rooibos. It's very good. With honey. Well, Sean, buddy, what do you expect? We have our first multi-champion champion today. So, of course, I have multi-mugs. I prepared for this. I'm just gonna go chaos. An off-camera intern frantically refilling tea mugs. Oh, we gotta go! Mars needs tea! Oh, that'd be fun. Should have been the same as I'm, but one's a little smaller. Yeah, just like Beetle and Grimm. Yeah, that would be really fun. So actually, to be transparent, this is my original mug that was given to me by a close friend after leaving college. So I've had it for years now. And I love it so much I even made it my first emote for my Twitch channel. I'll put that in the chat right now. Oh, nope, that didn't work. There we go. See, that's the first emote that I made for my Twitch channel, is that mug. I love this mug so much. It's like perfect for me. And then it took me a long time, but I was able to finally track it down online so that I could order backups in case this one ever breaks. So today is actually the first time that I've used all three. I have 3 of these. I'm out of tea. It's the worst part of the stream. Thankfully. Is he gonna do it again? Yes, he's gonna do it again. I have tea. That's blueberry. Just a straight blueberry tea. Cold, over ice. It's very nice. I'm drinking every tea today, Natural Lager 1. It's kind of like my cheeky way of celebrating Beetle and Grimm being our first dual champion out of the game. I came prepared with like double the amount of tea that I usually have. That's gross. Ecstasy. Oh, yeah, I don't have an intern. So we're like halfway through this one. Part of me wants to open up all my chest, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Save it up to do a bunch on the show at some point. We can at least open our Beetle and Grimm chest. See what we get. Okay, well. No purple, but that's alright. Frozen North Furs. Evil cloaks at the door, friends. You're in the Giant's Bane Tavern now. It has magical eye-poking qualities. Don't test me. What do you mean it might not be silver? Fun. So I like them, and I think that they have potential. Whoa, what? Did you see that? Some weird graphical glitch over my ultimate bar just now. I think it was right after Beetle and Grimm used their ultimate, for Grimm switching out to Beetle. That's peculiar. I'm gonna use a respec pot and see if that happens again. Oh, we don't have spec choice on Beetle and Grimm yet, so I can't. Okay. Let's speed this up. There we go. Make that go a little bit faster. I'm still conflicted about who I would prioritize for this event. I kind of just want to say get Beetle and Grimm, because the fact that they are 2 champions for 1 that have like different tags and qualifiers, but are supposed to be able to count for either for purpose of using them for variants and patrons and whatnot. I feel like they might be the most valuable in a vacuum for all the champions in the game. Whereas Shandy... I mean, Shandy is excellent as a speed champion, but there's some notable like counter arguments to Shandy. One, Shandy's ability is a straight speed increase, the exact same effect that you get from speed potions. So you can just put out speed potions and not bother with Shandy at all. And then of course there's the kind of the elephant in the slot when it comes to talking about Shandy, which is the fact that she shares her slot with Kroll, who breaks the game wide open in terms of optimizing your formation. Doesn't matter where you place Kroll. Doesn't even really matter what you spec Kroll as. You just put Kroll out on the field and you will go further than you ever had before. It's ridiculous. I would not say Xander over Shandy. I would say Xander dead last. Unlock Xander. Xander is year 1, and I don't think we still know, like, officially whether year 1 champions are going to be retired or not once we move into the year 4. But I mean, at least pick him up. Get the boy. Unlock the boy. And then put him on the bench. Use Shandy. Use Beetle and Grim. I'm just not sure yet, like, whether Beetle and Grim are going to be, like, popularly used, you know? Thank you, Sandy, for the pop-up. Cool. He does have a cool name and outfit. I agree, Tinfoil. I agree. I like Xander, conceptually. His ultimate's very funny. You ever seen his ultimate? Probably you have, but maybe not other people in the chat. Let's see his ultimate. Oh, I can't level him up enough to get it yet. Okay, it's annoying. When do we get it? Not even close. Alright, never mind. We'll have him out on the field, at least. And let's get Shandy out here, too. So we have all of our champions from the event on the field at once. I'm more excited for Grim than I am for Beetle. Like, Grim's Barbarian buff seems interesting, especially as we get more Barbarians added to the game. So, like, keep an eye on other Barbarians that get added. Where are you at? There you are. That's right, she's a fighter, not a Barbarian. Boo. I couldn't remember if she was a fighter or a Barbarian. I remember the Druid part. Yeah, BNG's ultimate has like a 4-minute timer, Gar. It's ridiculous. That feels like way too long. I was expecting like a super low cooldown, like in the style of Havilar. Not a super high cooldown. Trekkie! Hi, Mars! Hi. I don't have Kroll's increased toxicity feat. Any tips for getting more Kroll stacks in Azaka farming? Use tanks with very high survivability. Because the longer you can just tank things at your wall, then the more time Kroll has to build up stacks. And thus, the better he will be. M. Snyder, Shandy is useful for more than speed. Her agile and explosive are both amazing support talents. They're good. I'm not saying she's bad. Don't get me wrong. Don't misquote me or anything. I'm saying that Shandy shares her slot with Kroll, and thus she loses. It'd be the same issue with whoever shares slot with Kroll. It's the Averin problem, but for slot 6 instead of slot 11. She is one of the Baldr Gates heroes, that's true, which matters for Krydle, who is not popularly used, unfortunately. I was really excited for Krydle. I like his design. I like his smug smile. But, yeah, Krydle doesn't get a lot of love. I think he's fun to build formations around, though. Like the specific things that he wants. He wants to buff people in the far back, and he cares about what everyone's charisma scores are. It's really interesting. I like building Krydle formations, but he's not very popular. And that damages Shandy's popularity as a result, because they're affiliated. Yeah, Nova will definitely get better. She's already good, but she'll definitely get better once she gets some Arrow synergy. It's just a matter of time, right? Keelek and Ayla both have their Arrow synergy. It's just a matter of time until Nova gets hers. We gotta get Lucius, right? That's the one we're missing. Oh, and then Sentry. Sentry has Airwiz. Sure. Not all of us have speed posses every round. Oh, I know. I remember those days. Which is why I'm not saying, like, ignore Shandy. Get her. Use her. But I'm conflicted about whether I would actually prioritize her over Beetle and Grim. I think if it was Beetle or Grim, right? Like, if the new champion is Beetle, or the new champion is Grim, in that situation, I'd say prioritize Shandy. No hesitation. But because they're inextricably linked, they're 2 for 1, literally, that definitely raises the stakes. Yeah. Yeah, they're inseparable. Which isn't working like it should right now, but patience, I'm sure they'll get around to it. Speaking of things that have been gotten around to, some really cool changes in the Out of Champions Discord. !champions_Discord to get the command for the link to join our Discord community. Dylan took time out of his very busy schedule to go over kind of our whole deal there. A lot of things have been changed around. Rename channels, move channels, archived old channels, merging channels, just kind of decluttering. Feels a lot better now. Really glad that that happened. It was a long time coming. All things happen in due time. Idle Champions and the community around it is a constant question of patience. Fops. Is it bad to continue to get gold chests after getting all epic gear on Evergreen? No. I know silver chests give more item levels than shinies, but I feel bounty contracts are better to get. Yeah. If you're already full epic on all Evergreens, you should know what you're doing by now. But if you just want my opinion, like, yeah, sure, keep getting golds. I get golds. I'm mainly getting silvers now. What I like to do is to split it up. I like to get 10 silvers and 1 gold, because that ends up being a clean 1,000 gems total. Because you still want gold chest for feats and bounty contracts. Silver chests are for grinding out item levels on your Evergreen champions. Blacksmithing contracts also. It's just slightly, just barely more efficient for blacksmithing contracts to grind out silvers than golds. Somebody did the math and it was like just a very small difference, but it is technically more optimal to do silvers instead of golds, if that's what you care about specifically. And then of course for shinies. It's far more economical if you're grinding for shinies to go for silvers over golds. Yeah, extra feedback's always good. Hope that helps. Don't feel bad. Like, just, it's your gems and or your money. You choose what to do with it. But if you want my advice, just maybe a little suggestion, split it up. Do, what'd I say, 10 silvers to 1 gold. Yeah. Yeah, you want the feats. Especially because the gold chests contain feats for event champions as well. If that wasn't the case, that would be a huge devaluement. That's not a word. Whatever, you know what I mean. Toward gold chests. But because they do have those in the pool, then golds are a priority. You can read more about like my thoughts and Garwar's thoughts on the gems visual aid, !GVA in the chat. And speaking of my visual aids, I'm going to be releasing the next update to the Champions visual aid and the Patrons visual aid If anybody out there uses those, I think that's what I'm mainly known for in the community, besides doing this show, is making those visual aids specifically. I'm going to be releasing the next update to those. What I'm running into right now is an issue is like Beetle and Grimm, how to present them in my visual aids properly, like without having their information presented be like confusing to look at. Yeah, there's a discussion going on in the Discord about that. If anybody has opinions, you're welcome to join in on that discussion. I'm just gonna let this run. It would be nice if you could bulk buy gold chests for gems, but what you can do, I'll just show this off. Although we cannot bulk buy gold chests for gems, at the very least, the animation is better now. Watch this. I'm gonna click buy now, and it automatically drops another one down, and it turns the buy now button back to green. So I can just click it again, and it drops another one. It used to not be that way. You used to have to click, like, I want gold chest, buy now. I want gold chest, buy now. I want gold chest, buy now. So they took out one step. That makes it less of a headache, makes it less frustrating. Thank you, CNE. Took a while, but we finally got that. Yeah, it's not ideal. Don't get me wrong, it could be a lot better. But it is an improvement, so we shouldn't ignore that. Be thankful for like the improvements that we get, but don't stop asking for other improvements, you know? It's just probably not a priority right now. Dead weight. Here, I thought you were known for all the storytelling. Yeah. Jethador, when's the new campaign coming with new favor and blessings? I don't know. I wish I knew. Even if I did know, I wouldn't be able to tell you. But I can honestly say, I don't know. End of summer, I guess. Which, I mean, that could be anything, right? August, September. I don't know, maybe it'll arrive in time for the year 4 anniversary. That'd be fun. That'd be fun, tying it in with year 4. Well, Supply, the thing is, Waterdeep Dragon Heist campaign in Idle Champions released just prior to the Waterdeep Dragon Heist book. So we actually got like a preview of Waterdeep Dragon Heist, those of us who played Idle Champions. So it can come out before the book's release because there's a precedent for that. But I wouldn't count on it. My best guess would be in time for the next anniversary, which would be in September. Yeah, Avernus released the same time, like same day or something, right? It's crazy. Yeah, that is like, in my opinion, the ideal is to get new campaign to drop at the exact same time as the new book. Just perfectly in tandem. Chef kiss. Very, very good. That's what I would want every time. It's a lot of pressure, but I think that would be perfect. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for blinding, snowy zones for an entire campaign. That's why I don't like I get all the winter events mixed up. Which one is the event with Warden in it? Is it Midwinter? Whichever wintry event is the one that has Warden in it. I can't remember off the top of my head. This is what I have my visual aids for. I use them too. Anyway, there's a particular background that we see in that event for much of the adventure. Simril! Thank you, Pyock. That's right, Simril. In the Simril event, there's like this snowy field that takes up the entire screen, and it's just... I have to turn down my brightness. It's just stark white. It's hard to look at. Sensitive eyes. I get eye pain. Some dogs barking. Oh, hey, did you guys see in like Idle Champions news about Eric Jordan, CEO of C&E? There's a blog post up on the Codename Entertainment website where Eric talks about his basically his upbringing of Dungeons and Dragons. It's like the anniversary of him playing D&D or something, and it's really cool. There's like a Stranger Things logo and a picture from like growing up. Yeah, but then he did an interview with the Difficulty Class podcast. Was like an hour and a half. And there was a really good quote that I actually wrote this down to bring it up on my show. At one point, they were talking about like the Idle Champions community, right, and the community of players around C&E's games, and like the community that for D&D, so for like different sub-communities, like for Critical Role and those sorts of things. And he said, "You get the community that you helped build," which. Sure, that sounds obvious, right? But I think just putting that in like just a nutshell, just as a quote, like that, it was a good line. I like that part of the interview. You get the community that you helped build. I know I've certainly been trying to help build our Idle Champions community, fostering like positive, engaging relationships with you people. Hi, yes, I'm talking to you specifically. You, listening right now. I like the community that we built here, and I hope that we continue to grow and develop and make positive changes, like in the Discord today. Oh my god, he's talking to me! Yes, you specifically, insert name here. Garwar, Sludge, Joshua, Lunaris, Tinfoil. You beat your first event run, Lunaris. Hey, congrats. Go again. Do another one. Pere, Zlofox, Harko, Xanthox. I'll keep going. If you guys keep posting. I'll keep giving you little shout-outs. Yeah, you're all part of this community. You're here on Mars Guiding Hand with me, after all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being present for the show. Goodbye, Arvase the Red. That's the last Arvase that we have to beat. Oh no, we already cleared the goal for this. I don't know, what do you guys want to see next week? I can hold off on the last event run until next week. What is the last event variant? Let's look at that. A contest, you say. We read it before, but let's read it again. Enemies have 3% more health and attack twice as often. When a champion kills an enemy, all champions with that same attack type. Oh, that's right. I was going to show you guys how to tell the difference between attack types. Melee ranged or magic deal 2% less damage, and all champions with other attack types deal 1% more damage. Okay. I can show that up next week. But let me just real quick show you how to tell that. Whoa, this is weird. Do you see this? You're not allowed to use Nayeli icon is on a layer over the familiar, so that looks really weird. Okay, nope, it happened again. Huh, but when I press F, it actually forces the familiar layer to be on top. That's weird. Sean? Minor graphical glitch. Sean. Well, anyway. How to tell the difference for attack type for Idle Champions. Click on a champion, their portrait or whatever, and take a look at their base attack, or their ultimate for that matter. So Brunor says Slice. Brunor slashes at the closest enemy with his axe. right up here. This is what you want. Like, it doesn't tell you how to learn about this. Like, it doesn't teach you how to spot the difference. This is just something you're expected to notice on your own or have someone tell you, like now. This little sword icon means that this is a melee attack. If I were to move to a ranged attack user, we'll see that it's like the head of an arrow. Shandy's a short bow expert. She fires an arrow at a random enemy. Okay, and if we look at a magic user, do we have any of those? No, I need to swap someone. You're not magical. You're magical. All right, Jim. It's like a little fireball looking thing. It's this kind of the same graphic as your click damage, right? Yeah, Pioch, see? You're exactly the kind of person that I'm doing this for. This is just yet another thing add to the pile of things that we're not taught about, that we have to like notice on our own, or have someone in the community like tell you about it. So this is me doing that for you now. To know the attack type for a character, just look at the upper left corner of their listed attack information. It'll be either a little sword or a little head of an arrow, or a little fireball looking thing, and that's for melee, ranged, and magic, respectfully. There is another important thing to note here, in that champions can have multiple. Can I get croned? Can I get a croned, please? There's the boy. There's the boy. Sure, give me fireball, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Either of his spec choices is going to be the same thing. So Kron, as an example. War Magic. Kron leaps out and attacks the frontmost target with his bonded warhammer and then casts Firebolt, damaging several random enemies. Okay, so his first attack here is melee, and then it says he has a follow-up attack where he casts Firebolt, and that's why he has a magic icon here as well. Okay? It's the same thing with Hitch. Hitch both throws daggers and then jumps out there and stabs you in the face, right? Hitch is also a hybrid attacker. Hitch will have both a melee and a ranged icon in that little attack box. So that's how you tell. So that's important for doing that third variant. And in case it ever comes up again, you know, in whatever other variants or patrons or what have you. Yeah, crazy Matt. Yeah. Yeah, just little things that you don't notice for a long time. We got 5 minutes left in the show this week. If anybody has any last-minute questions. I think Archon's just melee. I think even Archon's Fire Breath still counts as melee. Let's find out. Oh, we don't have it unlocked yet, but Tiamat's Fury just says melee. But perhaps it does change? I don't know. I would guess if it changes at all, it would change to magic. When he does his Fire Breath, I mean, that's what we're talking about. Oh, I'm sorry, Cantankerous. What's your stacking debuff question? I'm so sorry that I missed it twice. It's hard to keep up with all of the questions in chat on my own when I am also expected to talk about all the new content in the game each week. But I try my best. Cry3737, do the buffs like from Regis change the damage of Hitch and Kron to both or just the one? They do improve the damage. And to just the one, like, Kron will... If you've chosen magic, then only Kron's magic damage will be buffed by Regis. Besides Midsummer and Dritz, any other quests that produce new characters? Oh, yeah! Welcome to Idle Champions. Every single event. This, what you're seeing right now, Midsummer, this is an event. Every 3 weeks, there's an event. And every event has multiple characters to unlock permanently. Also, time gates are a thing that exist in between events. Time gates also allow you to unlock characters permanently. And as far as unlocking non-event characters permanently, there are 4 of those. There's Drizzt, Azaka, Dragonbait, all of which can be unlocked by playing through the first and second permanent campaigns, Grantor the Sword Coast for Drizzt, and Two of Annihilation for Azaka and Dragonbait. And then you can get Hitch by signing up for the newsletter with your email, which is just done by clicking on this at the main menu. And then you get Hitch, and he's actually fantastic. Okay, so Cantankerous, does the extra damage from Gromma, Sleet, and Hail Electricity stack? Yes. Yes. And it is at this point like a tried and true, age-old strategy in this game. Stacking debuffs. You just shove as many debuffers in your formation as possible, and go nuts. And your damage will skyrocket. I promise you. Yeah, debuffs stack. And it can be monstrous. Michael asked and highlighted, do you primarily get speed pots via patron coinage for chest purchases? I mainly get my speed potions from silver chest when I just go nuts buying like hundreds and hundreds of silver chests with my gems. And then I open them all up, and that's how I get most of my speed potions. That's why I'm so low on epic speed potions, because I have not been prioritizing gold chests for a long time now. And you're welcome, you're welcome. I'm sorry that I missed your question so many times. Freely is really that good? Yeah, Freely is really that good. Go read Silesa's evaluation of Freely on the subreddit. Just go to the Idle Champions subreddit, r/Idle Champions. Search for Silesa Freely. And the post that has like a ton of votes there, read through that and you'll understand. You'll understand exactly why Freely is so good. Yeah, once you unlock the daggers, that's when Hitch gains the ranged attack icon. So that is something to keep in mind. Especially for this third Beetle and Grimm variant. Only a couple minutes left, so Beetle and Grimm, really cool. Love their value, the just intrinsic value, without even looking at their, like, just raw math stats, like, without even looking at what they do. Only knowing it's 2 champions for the price of 1. That's amazing. Get that. That'll go a long way for helping you clear adventure variants, both in events and permanent campaigns. I feel like Beetle and Grimm is going to be one of those champions that just like every new player should be directed to get. Like, go get Beetle and Grimm. Just go get them. Oh, I'm sure Deadweight. I'm sorry, Deadweight. I mean, I'm sorry, I missed your question. I missed it. I missed Margaret talking about a karaoke battle. I do a pretty good living on a prayer. Oh, we're halfway there. All right. And all the way there is Mars Guiding Hand for this week, so we've got to do our little outro. All right. Thank you for joining me, everyone, for this week's episode of Mars Guiding Hand. I hope to see you all again next time. Make sure to tune in to the official C&E stream of Idle Champions tomorrow, Riddle Champions and Garwar's Guide to Everything, hashtag GG2E, on Friday, Bardic Inspiration on Tuesday, and Evergreen Champions on Wednesday. We're getting like a whole network over here. This is great. It's exciting, this momentum, right? It's cool. All right, anyway. Remember, you can follow Idle Champions on social media, and you can join our community on Discord, Reddit, and elsewhere. You can find me on Twitter at Ryan Blake Hall, on twitch.tv/Storyteller Mars, and just generally being active everywhere throughout our community. Thank you to Codename Entertainment for this incredible opportunity to be part of the game and the community that I love so very, very much. And thank you to our wonderful moderators for all that they do in helping our chat. Wherever you are in the multiverse, please stay safe. Practice like best practices. Just be good to yourself, be safe. Be kind to others, be kind to yourself. And I will see you again soon. Until then, Look sharp. I always do. Yeah. Oh yeah, and go listen to that difficulty class episode 45. The interview with Eric Jordan. It's really good. They talk about prop work and all kinds of good D&D stuff. Just a good episode. Mm-hmm.